stepping back again and again, step back from itself. Just like stepping back and discard the state of stepping back. This is not about grasping. Discarding the state of discarding itself. No grasping for any state. Discarding is on its own. In this way, it's possible to purify. If it doesn't discard this state, anything that is pulled in will be remained within oneself. Discard the discarding itself. Any states discard themselves. No grasping is on its own. Because it's always maintaining, we have to remind oneself to purify the maintaining within stillness and indifference. This is the receiver. It's not helpful. Instead, it's receiving. Moreover, it is like that. Receiving karmic difficulties and karma. We have to remind oneself which sentence that help to discard. Discarding is on its own. Stepping back is on its own. Stepping back from itself. No grasping for the non-grasping itself. That which has nothing to do with the unenfoldment itself. Use any sentences that have self-purification. Just remind oneself with that. Each time there is a reminder, there is a power to help purify. If it turns into the mighty force already, the mighty force from discarding on its own, disengaging on its own. So use this pure anupap. Help to removing, unwinding, stepping back as helping through releasing. Any states don't grasp themselves. The mind doesn't grasp itself. Discarding is on its own. No grasping is on its own. Step back from the stepping back itself. Whenever the mind is composed, it will be drowsy. Whenever it's setting up for anything, it's drowsy. So just release out from itself. release from the releasing itself. Retreating from the retreat itself, stepping back from itself until it's skillful. Flowers must discard the blossoming state. The states, any states don't grasp themselves. The mind doesn't grasp itself. Disengaging doesn't grasp itself. In this way, there is a release, and use it to purify all the meditative power, black magic, all that hypnotizing. Any imprinted of all the black magic, use retreating from itself to purify all this. It has to retreat from itself, have to enable that, because it dissolves oneself. Otherwise, if not possible, there will be just oneself within stillness and indifference, which is impossible to solve any kind of black magic. It has to be emptiness that purifying, retreating from itself will solve all about black magic. There is no need to use incantations. Just like all that endless, uncountable brightness, emptiness that doesn't grasp itself. Retreating from disengage on its own, enable that, purify all the projecting, enable to cut through this. Whoever that cannot yet purify to the emptiness must retreat from the mind, retreat to disengage, cutting off first of all the projecting mind, because that is gross, stepping back to disengage on its own. This will cut off projecting, aiming all the clutches, cut off taking on anything, cutting off all that creation of karma. Then disengaging will discard itself without grasping for itself. Mind doesn't grasp for mind itself on its own. Wherever you think of, wherever that they are having hypnotized, stepping back from itself will have the power to pull up all those hypnotized ones from that state. And with all the power, with all mighty force of the stepping back on its own, in the way that doesn't grasp for any disengaging. There is no need to sit in meditation. That is thinking. Meditation is not liberation. It's sinking in itself. In order to liberate, just disengage right away. Disengage on its own without grasping for itself. Don't sit in meditation. That is sinking in. Disengage, stepping back to disengage on its own. this is releasing as helping, unwinding as helping, purifying through the extinction as helping. If enabled to step back from itself, is already okay. Otherwise, not yet. With everything stepping back on its own, disengaging on its own, this will cut off all the chaos, all the troubling will be cut off. This has to proceed simultaneously with everything. It will turn into no grasping on its own with everything. This is purifying through the emptiness without traces. Everything is no grasping on its own. This is purifying through the extinction and emptiness, which is the great compassion in itself. Just step back to disengage on its own. This is holy thing, helping through purifying of the emptiness, cutting through on its own. If proceeding through no grasping on its own, no grasping for the non-grasping itself, this is great purification, tremendous purification through the emptiness. Don't forget the words, everything, as it is the essence of the great compassion, everything. Otherwise, it's going to be just aiming forward, projecting forward. That's not the way. With everything disengaging on its own, stepping back, disengage on its own, with everything, with everything. We have to proceed with the blessing much more. That's the work result, and it will refine the clarity in blessing. One will realize what kind of mighty force one has used. Is it still smooth and skillful, or being stuck and obstructed? There is this kind of refinement through diligence in blessing. The refinement is going to be realized while blessing with diligence, whether it's opening widely, smoothly, anything is stuck or not. Is there skill in blessing or not? During the blessing trip in Vietnam and Laos on the boat, no one can go out from there. Therefore, it's like something that is inevitable. Everyone must sitting, standing, walking, blessing simultaneously while in such a place. It creates a shift in blessing for everyone in such a situation. Helping is possible. Right at this point, no grasping for the non-grasping itself. All the way. Let it be absolute. Right at this point, stepping back all the way from itself with everything. Just like disengaging doesn't grasp for itself, stepping back is on its own. Normally, stepping back and then there is a blocking. It needs to be all the way, all the way. It's just like impossible to proceed further. Stepping back has to be on its own. It's not stepping back from the body mind or from disengaging. Stepping back is on its own. The emptiness or the putting down that doesn't grasp for itself. The mind has steps. This is because there is the delusive attachment. Therefore, use every sentence to purify all the steps. To purify all steps, every step. There is delusive attachment within the mind when they create steps. Attachment, fixation from the past. Therefore, it has the habit to do that. Therefore, there must be reminders to purify all these steps. Sometimes it's drowned within disengaging. We have to remind by using the sentence of disengaging on its own. Disengaging purifies itself. Disengaging even from disengaging itself. Disengaging that is already there, just uninvolved with it furthermore. This will purify without traces from disengaging. All that is said here is subjected to diligence in blessing, because there will be the refinement in utilizing the blessing, whether one is skillful or not. Blessing cannot be in a way of guessing. It has to be definite. Any essence that has self-purification through the purification of emptiness, impossible to use guessing in blessing. We have to use the mighty force of purifying through the extinction and emptiness to help samsara. There must be a realization what kind of helping that is help through unwinding and releasing. What kind of blessing that is helping through purifying of the emptiness. One must refine accordingly. This is subjected to the diligence in blessing. Enable to discard the discarding itself or not. Enable it. Step back from itself. Possible? If not possible, then go ahead. This is the essential code of the great compassion, purifying through the emptiness. One must enable it. To use the word purifying through the emptiness is just on the surface. It's not really clear how it is. It's still the language that is just eloquent, not direct essence. We need to use another terminology. Disengaging from itself all the same. This will purify through the extinction. Listen how to use another kind of language, because with something, for example, they use incantations, black magic. You cannot use incantations to solve the incantations, because incantation is the fixation. We have to use that which is beyond incantations. We have to use that which is beyond all the mantras, beyond mantras, to purify them. Therefore, we have to use the language that purify terminologies themselves. Use that which is beyond language to purify languages. That which is beyond terminologies will purify terminologies. Use any sentences that have self-purification. Use any terminologies that have self-purification in themselves. If you use the word "my," then nothing is within "my," then it will be true "my." Uninvolved with "my," then it will be true "my." If using the word "emptiness," uninvolved with the emptiness, then it will be true emptiness. If using emptiness for the sake of emptiness, it's going to be opinions and meanings in it. That's not the way. There are still traces within the language. If using the word emptiness, then don't get involved with such a language. The language must purify itself. Emptiness is not emptiness. Uninvolved with the emptiness, this will be called beyond incantations, beyond terminologies, to purify all that happening within itself. Beyond languages to purify languages.